Hello, welcome to the Sharpest Teeth. My name is Saturn. I am a tarot reader with over 15 years of experience, and I am here to give you a read for Gemini. That's where we're at. And I already kind of got this feeling, Gemini, you're a little uncomfy. You're a little uncomfy with whatever is going on with you right now. It feels like it's more so like personal stuff, but I feel like it's like you're itchy. There's something itching at you. It's something bothering you, right? And I really feel that it's a personal matter. And I mean, not like the political situation is helping it at all. It's definitely exacerbating it, but it's definitely a personal matter. Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of issues. It might be like a dermatological thing, might be something with your skin. It might be, I'm just kind of getting like you need to change your sheets, maybe. Strange bedfellows, quite possible. And this reading is for anyone with strong Gemini placements. Gemini, rising, sun, moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, North Node, South Node, you know, any y'all with that strong Gemini placement. And you know, you have the gift of the gab. You really do. And it might be possible that you need to use it, but I'm feeling like maybe you're not, maybe you haven't been using it so much lately, but why not, you know? Why not? I'm getting in messages. Okay, what's going on? Let's get into it. What's going on for Gemini placements? What's going on for Gemini? Sun, moon, rising. I'm really just getting this feeling of discomfort. So what is that about? And it does seem like it's physical. Yeah, I think you're kind of drawing it out too. It's like this defeatism coming up. I'm really not feeling it today. That's what I'm hearing. Really not feeling it today. Okay. We got the Fool on the bottom here. It's the basis of the matter. Again, this is like definitely a theme coming up for people. Oh my gosh. And you got it bad, Gemini. Yeah, you got it bad, dude. Like, oh my god. Okay, what, for real? Like, literally 5 of Swords reversed and the 7 of Swords reversed. Chariot reversed, okay, and the 3 of Wands. All right, like you're really not wanting to move forward with this. You're like, no, this is so uncomfortable. This is so itchy. It's so uncomfortable. Like you just feel like just in your own skin, right? Like so just uncomfortable in your own skin. And it's because whatever this cycle that you have been at, it's come to an end, and you are ready to move forward. Well, you're not ready, clearly. You are clearly so very clearly not ready to move forward, but like the time has come for you to take this leap of faith and like go into this new direction in life. And it's just, you are so fighting it. You're like, no. You're like manipulating every which way that you can. You are prolonging this death period where you are just like, you're like, no, I'm done. I don't want to do anything anymore, no matter what direction it takes me in. Yeah, you're really like, you're pulling the wool over your own eyes. You're convincing yourself that you're good in this place where you're at, but you're not. And you're really just, you're either you're stuck or you're moving in the wrong direction, right? And it's this like, you're waiting for something to come in to tell you that it is like the right time to move, but you're really just, you're screwing yourself. I don't like this message any more than you like hearing it, right? Okay, but like this Three of Wands, right? You're kind of like looking at everything that you've done. You're waiting for the ships to come in, right? But you're also like, there's some sense of like, I've done the work, man. Like I've done it. Why can't it just come to me? Right? Like, why do I have to do anything about this? Why can't it just come to me? And it's because like there's some shady shit going on. And I also kind of feel like, here's some positive news is, I think that it's quite possible that you're like waiting for this signal to come in, but there are some people on the outskirts of your life that have kind of like done some shady shit and like kind of manipulated their own way, you know, and there, I just feel like there is a sense of your ancestors, your spirit team just kind of like sorting some stuff out for you before anything can really come to you and make it apparent that it's time to move forward. Yeah, because right now you're just like, like you are so just defeated. Like it just feels like, okay, like I can't fucking do anything. No direction I go feels right. And then you're reflecting on like, what have I done so far? And what can I do moving forward? Like, what does my world look like from here? From where I'm at right now? And it's also quite possible too that like you've done so much work, like reframing, rewriting these old behaviors that you used to play into, that you are now avoiding, and you're not doing that shit anymore, right? Like maybe that is the ship that you turned around and you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. That's not who I am. That's not what I want to do. That's not how I want to show up. And it's kind of like, well, where do I go from here? Because those things are looking like they're looking like options. They're looking like pretty options. And you know that they don't necessarily get you where you want to go, but they at least get you somewhere, because right now you're like, you're not going anywhere, right? You're like, you're done. And you're kind of like, well, what is that? You know, like, what if, okay, I know that doing these things, that doing this manipulative behavior, this kind of fucked up shit, I know that gets me somewhere at the very least, and it's better than just sitting on my ass and doing nothing and feeling defeated, like I can't fucking being fucking powerless. Okay, I'm really animated here. Yeah, it's just, it's new to you, and you're just kind of like, well, what about all of that shit that you did in the past is like, so it's keeping you up at night, and it's not something that is like benefiting you. It's like for sure haunting you, and you don't want to go back that way. You just don't know what to do. You don't know how to move forward, because like where you're at, it's boring. Whatever's going on right now, it's just like, this is boring. You're like, I'm so done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. And like being called onto this new path, but you're like, but where I'm at is boring. So like, it's just this not knowing of how to step forward in the right direction. Does that make sense? And so you're just not doing anything, and you're just kind of being like tortured by your own self and like your own bad decisions, and like these things that you're like afraid are gonna come catch up to you, and like you're afraid that this is just how you are, that you can't change that, or that like there's no moving forward from here. But that's never true. You know, there's always room for change, right? We have the Fool here. We have the Strength. Okay. There's always room for change. Under the Strength, we have the Sun reversed. So, yeah, I think there's also, like, a sense of not knowing how to embody the joy, not knowing how to work. Like, you've done so much of that shadow work, of the, like, left-hand path type shit, where you're just like, I'm so used to controlling and kind of getting my own way, and then, like, doing some deep dives into that side of me that I don't even know what it's like to just, like, let go and let good things come. And it's gonna take a lot of strength, right? And you're kind of, like, blocking yourself in this. It's gonna take strength in that, like, it's so interesting, right? It takes a lot of courage to actually have a good time, right? Like, admitting that you actually enjoy something or want something in your life that is, like, bringing you happiness is super vulnerable. And I get it, dude. So what do we need to do? What does Gemini need to get this sunshine in their life? Because we know that this is an option. So, yeah, what is it that we need? Ooh. Okay. Again, yeah. Oh my effing G. Okay, I was literally like, right? This is what I was just talking about, is the surrender, is the, like, letting go and letting good things happen and just, like, accepting where you're at and all of that shit. When I was talking about this card earlier, I don't even remember what I was saying before, but it was so Hangman coded. I was surprised that here he is. And then there's the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's kind of like, let that ish go, right? Like, you are making up in your head that you had all of these different options when none of them were good and all of them have passed. And in that, you're thinking that there are no more options left, when that's so not true. Like, there are so many new options, you just don't know because you haven't seen them. And you need to look at it from a different perspective right now, okay? You need to look at it from a different perspective. And maybe, like, right? Look at, from the Hangman's point of view, these Seven of Cups are upright. So, again, like, looking at it from a different perspective and as an opportunity instead of something that is limiting you, that's what's going to bring in the joy. That's what's going to allow you to pull on your strength and your courage and, like, really make peace with that part of you. Because I think we get so stuck in, like, what is the deeper meaning, and, like, healing ourselves and healing our trauma and doing all of this, like, really diving into the shadow work stuff, and we kind of lose sight of the fact that, like, we need some sunshine. We need some of that fucking light work. We need some of that joy. We need to have fun with it and to play with it and to bring some levity to it. Because if we're so fucking serious, it's not going to really heal, right? It's like a heavy hand. It's like a heavy hand. It's like you're picking at a scab over and over again, is the image that I'm seeing. When really you just need to, like, let it go. You need to let it be itchy, right? Because what the fucking healing is itchy. Bro. Okay. You gotta let it fucking heal, dude. Like, you gotta stop picking at that scab. You gotta leave it alone and let it heal. Because the more that you pick at it, the more that it's gonna scar. And then you're going to see it and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that, right? But at least it'll be friggin' healed eventually, right? damn, that was a message in 15 minutes. Okay. I don't want to leave you hanging though. So like, I mean, we got more. We could do more for Gemini, right? Right? We could do more for you. I just like, yeah, and again with the sun being reversed too, like the hangman seeing the sun upright in this position, seeing all of the different opportunities available to him in this position, and also just kind of like looking at all of these reversals, right? Like being in acceptance for how this all played out, being in acceptance that this shit is done, that it's over, that part of your life is done, and you don't have to think that way anymore. You don't have to hold those beliefs anymore. It's okay. You are not your beliefs. You are not your thoughts. You are not even your behaviors, right? Like, that doesn't entirely define you as a person. Just because you used to do these certain things, or you have done these certain things, doesn't mean that's who you are now, right? What matters is like what's happening now. So all of these cards from the hangman perspective, when you are in acceptance, when you let go, when you surrender to the process, and then you'll feel like you'll see the right direction to head in, and you'll be in acceptance of how that played out in actuality. You'll be in acceptance that that is part of your past, and that it's over, and that you're done with it. Really, you're really ready to lay it to rest. But not until you really let go and see it from a different perspective, and be willing to do something a little bit different right now, because you're not stuck. You're not stuck. And it's not like you have to like grin and bear it. You know? It's gonna be okay. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're allowed to have some fun with it. Just because shit is fucked right now does not mean that we can't still bring joy. In fact, we need joy, right? We need clowns. Clowns are a part of the revolution, baby. Okay? And we need to be able to laugh at ourselves. And we need to be able to be like, wow. Like, we need to be able to have compassion for ourselves and look back at, like, our decisions and be like, wow, yeah. That, like, see yourself as, like, the young person that you were when you made those decisions, even if it was, like, yesterday or whatever, right? Because that's what growth is. And if we get stuck in this, like, cycle of shame where we're just, like, beating ourselves up to no end and just going in circles and letting it freaking demoralize us and go in such a direction where it's just stuck in our heads, that's not where the growth is. Like, that just tells me that we haven't really fully grown past that, or like learned from it entirely even, right? Like, yes, we've learned to do better, but like being so stuck on the ways that you were not better before is not going to help you move forward from where you're at, right? Know better, do better type shit. Okay? So we have the Page of Swords also here. There's a lot of swords. There's a lot of swords. I think like through this, you get to learn how to use your words. You get to learn how to speak up for yourself and be honest and like share your truth. And it's going to be clumsy and it's going to hurt yourself and others probably. But at least it won't be a sneaky, intentional hurt. Right? It'll be genuine. It'll be, I'm just practicing this and I'm practicing using my words, and this is where I'm at and this is what I need, and like you can take it slow, and it can be a little silly. Even if it feels serious, it can be silly. It doesn't need to be so serious. And you'll see the opportunities come out of that, okay? You'll see the opportunities come out of that. Again, just like the reflecting on like the past, and like I feel like, again, even just the like, this is how it was, and yeah, knowing how you don't want it to be is super helpful, right? To name that, like, this is how it was, this is how it's been, this is the pattern that I'm seeing, and I don't want that. That's helpful, but it's to a point, right? To a point. It doesn't help us move forward to like go over repeatedly over and over again with that, this is how it was and I don't want it to be like that anymore, right? Then we are stuck in that pattern still. Just we're stuck in the like looking at the pattern. And if we can't look at something new and figure out what do we actually want, and like make some mistakes and try some new things and like voice your wants and needs and desires, like, then you're just going to be stuck in that same cycle and pattern. So the point is to accept it as it is and be like, okay, yes, that is how it was. This is what has happened. I don't want it to be like that anymore. What can I do to move forward? Like, how can I look at this a new way, right? How can I seek perspective for this and see the opportunities that lie? You are not helping yourself or anyone else by being in this defeatist doomerism. And again, I'm just going to take this as like, this is what happens when you surrender, is you go on this spiritual journey and you're really being called toward it. And again, this is like, you're not alone in this. This is the collective message that I have been receiving all week, right? For everybody. It's just been like, okay, you're being called to do something new, to go on this journey to like really learn and really dig deep and like learn how to do the things that you've never done before and bring joy in it and bring like some self-compassion and bring some fun to the party. Like, because it's life, right? It's like, it's just life, okay? And we get to live every single day, and we get to try new things, and we get to be new people and like all of that. So once we surrender, we get to go on this spiritual path and this journey where we get to learn all these new things, and we get to have some whimsy in our lives. But Gemini, you love whimsy. I know that you love whimsy. Girl, you are like so whimsical, okay? But we're resisting it. Like, nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to do it. I mean, I want to, and I just, it's new. It's so new. It's fresh. And we're all kind of going into this new, fresh era right now where shit is like so weird, and it's weird, and we don't want to do it because it's new and it's different, and it feels weird. It's itchy, right? And we want to just keep picking at that scab instead of letting it heal and moving on. So I get it. And who is that helping? It's not helping. So we get to move forward. We get to accept where we're at and the way things are, and we get to try new things, and we get to try to use our gift of the gab in ways that are helpful and healthy instead of harmful. to ourselves and to others, right? And in that, in like sharing our truths, I think it's going to kind of upend a lot of what you thought you knew and about like yourself, about who you are, and about your beliefs as well. Like, a lot of us will have changing beliefs, and like it is the requirement for us as a collective right now is to practice open-mindedness and try new things and like take care of ourselves and do the best that we can. And I want to give an example of like what closed-mindedness can look like, because I had a misunderstanding of what this meant, right? What closed-mindedness and open-mindedness meant, right? So when I am thinking about things that I want to do, but then my limiting beliefs come in, right, about myself, the low self-esteem, the stories that I tell myself about who I am as a person, and I believe that, and I choose to go, oh no, I can't do that because of XYZ, that is closed-minded. That is closed-mindedness. But if I see those beliefs come up, I look at it and I go, yeah, okay, I see that. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to be open-minded and try it anyway, because I know that this is the direction that I want to go. I know that this is for me. That's open-mindedness, right? The like, maybe, try that one, right? It's just like, it's entertaining possibilities. So, and I know you're good at that, right? I know you're good at that, but so many of us are misusing our imaginations right now, and we are entertaining the wrong possibilities, right? And so we collectively need to use our imagination to entertain the right possibilities, entertain more possibilities, right? It can be beautiful. The world can be beautiful. People can come together, and like, yes, bridges can be gapped, and like people, yes, are really horrible, and people are really beautiful, and we're all of the things. That's what we get to be, and like, it's awesome. It's really cool, right? And we all have this similarity and common thread of being human and having that experience, and all of the good and bad that comes with it. And like, we get to use that for our benefit collectively. And we get to do our best, and not everyone's doing their best. So I would like to challenge you to be open to the possibility of doing your best. Okay. That's enough from me. And I hope that you have a wonderful time. I hope you feel better. And give me a like and a subscribe and a comment if this felt helpful to you. And I will see you another time in the Cancer read. All right. Bye.